Hello, my name is Cassie Seeley, and this is my presentation about my major career and plan ideas as an expressive arts therapist. The job description of expressive arts therapists is this. Expressive arts therapists use the creative process to help their patients find a sense of confidence and security, express deep feelings, recognize new aspects of their own psychology, and treat specific conditions, including behavioral disorders, mental disorders, and trauma. The therapy is based on the belief that all people have the ability to express themselves creatively. The therapy can promote self-awareness, emotional well-being, healing, and self-esteem. Expressive arts therapists use many art forms. So you may have heard of music therapists, art therapists, dance therapists, drama therapists, but expressive arts therapists encompass all of those. And depending on the patient, they use a certain aspect of this. So if they chose music therapy, they could use singing, songwriting, playing musical instruments, or listening to music. If they chose art therapy, they could use painting, sculpture, drawing, or oil pastels. If they chose writing, they could do poetry, journaling, storytelling, or even reading literature. If they chose dance, they could do dance, or they could do some sort of other movement. And if they chose drama therapy, they could do acting, stuff like that. It's really, really cool how this works. So some of the other duties of expressive arts therapists are encouraging their clients to use the arts to communicate about emotions and life events. These events are often subjects that the clients may find difficult to put into words, so art becomes the mode of expression for personal exploration and communication. The therapist's focus isn't to critique the expressive artwork, and they work with the client to interpret the meaning of their art and the feelings that surround it. Another thing that I want to point out, so expressive arts therapists, like really anyone can visit them, even if they don't have a background in art. Like a lot of people seem to think that they need this background in art in order to go to an expressive arts therapist, and you don't. It's kind of interesting because they work with you to interpret your art and what it means. So the required education for expressive arts therapists, you need to be registered with the IEATA, or International Expressive Arts Therapy Association. And in order to be registered, you have to get a minimum of a master's degree in either expressive arts therapy, psychology, fine arts, education, or a related field. And depending on the educational background, you may also need supervised clinical work and advanced training at an approved expressive arts therapy institute, along with references and other requirements. So my 4-year plan and the relation to my education is kind of interesting. So my degree is actually in interdisciplinary studies, and I have a concentration in psychology, but I also have a cluster in creative writing. So it's interesting because I can take my courses in psychology, but I can also do these other expressive art therapy forms like creative writing, dance, drama, and music. And during summers and my off track, I'm going to plan on interning and volunteering with therapists, or even going to the Arizona Center for Change and volunteering there, or the Center for Creative Arts Therapy, or even Banner Health. My future education, I'm planning on getting a master's in expressive arts therapy at, there's a bunch of really cool schools that have a lot of interesting classes. So there's the California Institute of Integral Studies, Lesley University, or the International University of Professional Studies, where I'm going to take courses and practice expressive arts therapy. Then I'll register with the IEATA, and possibly after a few years, I'll get my PhD at either the San Diego University for Integrative Studies, Lesley University again, or again the International University of Professional Studies. Here's a picture of me. I've got naturally curly hair, born with it. It's pretty great. So I chose psychology because I find it interesting. There's actually a YouTube series that I found about someone exploring different parts of their personality, like logic, creativity, anxiety, morality, deceit, intrusive thoughts. It's really good, and I suggest that you watch it because I love it. I also love helping others. I've worked at an elementary school and a junior high school, and I've really connected with the students. Actually, just a few months ago, there was this quiet and anxious student, and she opened up to me like instantly. And this experience kind of pushed me to change my major from English, because I like writing. I switched it to, as I said earlier, interdisciplinary studies with a concentration in psychology and a cluster in creative writing. And I took a few surveys for classwork in this class, and some of the career results gave me art therapy and music therapy. And then I remembered expressive arts therapy, which is basically a career that can combine my creativity and my interest in psychology. And this does have comparisons to Chapter 13, because I have a very strong interest in the subject matter of psychology, and it's a good undergraduate degree to prepare me for a graduate or professional degree. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.